Political commentator and analyst Jason Unruhe joins us now from Ontario. Mr. Unruhe, welcome to the program. Tell us more about the new appointing of this acting Attorney General and how far from the norm has Donald Trump deviated in this case?
Well, Donald Trump has deviated quite far from it, to the point where he probably can't even actually see what he's supposed to be doing in this case. Well, frankly, this is the greatest conflict of interest that could possibly exist in a presidential type situation. Now, very clearly, the Robert Mueller probe is digging deeper into the allegations made against the president. I sincerely doubt that there's any kind of Russian interference given the evidence they've presented thus far, but I'm sure there's probably some kind of dirty dealings. There's some corrupt work there. I mean, this is stock in trade for men of his income bracket. But, I mean, it's very clear that Donald Trump is doing all of this to interfere with the process that is taking place investigating him. I mean, I wish I could choose my own prosecutor or person to watch over the prosecutor if I had been arrested and essentially charged with a crime. But that's not something that's normally done. That's a very clear conflict of interest. Now, there's a very clear chain of who is supposed to be next in line for this particular job to avoid conflicts just like this. However, Donald Trump has decided not to follow that in any way, shape, or form, and decided to choose his own man for the job, one that is particularly loyal to him, one that has been very critical of those who have been very critical of him. And this is very clearly a political move for what is supposed to be the judiciary, something that is above politics, or is at least outside politics. But this is really nothing new for Washington. One simply cannot separate politics from economics, and they can't separate it from institutions of justice. However, they are supposed to remain as far apart from each other as possible. I think this is definitely wrong dealing on the part of Donald Trump, and one that is probably, I don't think he's going to get away with this one. I think that definitely he's going to be held accountable for his questionable actions in this case, given the tremendous conflict of interest there is in this situation. And it's going to be a circus that the media is certainly going to love, because I think Donald Trump has really crossed the line this time.
Political commentator and analyst Jason Unruhe joining us from Ontario. Thank you for your thoughts, sir.